Hey guys, so today's video I'm going to be doing a little bit of a get to know me where I'm going to be talking about the tarot cards that I like the most, connect with the most, and then the ones that I don't really connect with, or I don't want to say the ones that I don't like, but maybe the ones that I'm just not that familiar with, and the ones that I'm kind of still a little bit iffy about. So Martha over at Mystical Empowerment, she did a similar video. I think it was one of her first videos actually, where she talked about the tarot cards that she liked the most and the ones not so much. So that was kind of my inspiration for doing this video. So I will be linking her video in the description below, so please go and check that out. And yeah, with that being said, let's jump right into it. So I'm going to be starting off with the cards that I really enjoy seeing in a reading, or even just overall just like them. I don't even have to see them in a reading or anything. These are the cards that I have, and I'm using 3 different decks today to help me out with this video. So I'm going to start off with the Sun card. So I feel like this one is always a crowd pleaser when it comes up in readings or just in general. It's just a very happy card. Everybody looks happy. You have your son that's happy, you have your little child who's on the pony, she's having a great time, and there's sunflowers, which just overall give off a good happy vibe. So I quite like the Sun card, and I do like the imagery in a lot of the decks that I have of the Sun card, especially the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot deck. I think just the way the colors are in that card, it really pops and stands out, and I like it a lot. And then we have the Moon card. So I enjoy the Moon card because although it looks a little daunting and not so welcoming, but it's a card that really gets you to focus on those darker, more hidden parts of yourself, if you're doing a reading for yourself, which I really appreciate, because I feel like that is very important. I feel like we should all be more aware of that side of ourselves and not so afraid of it, because it is natural, it is who we are. We all have that shadow side of ourselves, and the Moon card really helps us focus on that and brings it to light. These are in no particular order either. I'm just kind of pulling them at random. Next is the Hermit card. So this is actually my soul card, and this is the card that I resonate with the most. I was very happy after I found out that the Hermit was my soul card, because I felt that connection with this card even before I found out that information. I just always felt like this was my card. So I'm all for that introspection. I'm all for looking to our internal wisdoms that we all possess and being that light for other people, being that person that they can go to if they need advice, or just somebody to listen to them talk. And I feel like that is the energy that you get with the Hermit. The Hermit is definitely someone who not just enjoys but values having time alone, like to yourself, and focusing on that introspection and being in touch with where we are emotionally and mentally. And I really appreciate that about the Hermit card. Next we have the Strength card. So this is very similar to the Sun for me. It's just a very positive and empowering card. And when I receive this card in readings, instantly I already feel like whatever I am asking about, if it's a difficult situation or whatever it may be, the second I see this card, it's almost like a reminder that I have the strength, or like we do have the strength to get through whatever it is that we are having difficulty with. So it's just absolutely another feel-good card for me. Next, we have the Six of Swords. So I just realized that this is the only minor arcana that I have in this group, but oh well. Yeah, so the Six of Swords, I really like this card because I like what it stands for. I'm all about leaving rough situations that aren't benefiting us anymore, and moving on to more calm waters and things that are just overall better for us in general. So I feel like there are a few cards that kind of symbolize that sort of meaning, but I really enjoy the Six of Swords because within the imagery, I like how they portray that message with the more rough waters around the boat, and then it's as if they are pushing themselves or working their way away from all of that trouble and to more calm, settled waters where things will just get better from there. So if I'm doing a reading about a tough or sticky situation that I'm hoping to get out of soon and the Six of Swords pops up, then it's basically like that confirmation that as long as you just keep pushing forward, you will get through whatever it is that is troubling you at that time. And then lastly, we have the lovely High Priestess. The High Priestess for me is a sign for me to connect with my higher self, be more confident in trusting my intuition and my gut feeling. So usually if I'm doing a reading for myself and she comes up, that's usually the message that I'm getting with her, which I love because I am all about that. And it's definitely something that I have been working on and trying to get better at doing. So I quite enjoy when the High Priestess comes up as a friendly reminder of that. All right, and next I have the cards that I guess I'm not so fond of when they come up in readings, and I'll explain all my reasons for each of these cards. So I kind of have them grouped, and I will explain why. So we're going to start with the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. So for me, or in general really, there's a lot of pain obviously behind these cards, and whenever these cards come up, it's like a warning that something may be coming, or you already may be going through something that deals with a lot of pain and discomfort and just overall not so happy feelings. And I do get that these cards, all of these cards, not just these two, they're vital to the tarot, they're vital to life. Like, we go through these sort of situations all of the time, and that is life. So I truly understand that and appreciate it. But with that being said, these are still two cards that when I do see them, I feel like, oh boy, like, here we go again. Or I have to mentally prepare myself for whatever it is that's coming my way. Next, we have the lovely Tower card and the Death card. So with the Death card, it's a bit of a love-hate relationship with the Death card. I am well aware that when this card comes up, a lot of the time, or most of the time, it actually doesn't mean physical death of someone or something. Its interpretation usually is the death of something or a part of you that is no longer serving you, so something else can be reborn and take its place, something that will better serve you. And I really, really like that message because I feel like we definitely need that in our lives. We definitely need that wake-up call that we need to get rid of the things that are not benefiting us and have room for things that actually will. But with that being said, when the death card still comes up for me in personal readings, at first glance, I still get a little like, whoa, like I have to step back for a minute and then, look over the entire situation, the entire reading. But it's still one that, like jars me a little bit when I see it. It just takes me a minute to like process everything, and then after I'm able to do that, then it's all good. But the one card that still gets me, I definitely don't feel the way about the Tower like I do the Death card. The Tower still freaks me out when it comes up in readings, just because I'm a person who doesn't like change. I like routine, I like stability, and when that is going to be threatened in some way, it kind of freaks me out a little bit. So when the Tower comes up and it's that sort of message, it's not my favorite kind of message. Doesn't mean that it's not gonna be beneficial to me in some way. It might, I don't know, we have to see how it goes, but just that first glance at the card in a reading, a personal reading for myself, it still gets me. And then lastly, we have the Judgment, Justice, and the Hierophant. So these three are all grouped together because these are the three that still get me when I'm doing a reading. I'm still trying to grasp their overall meanings. So when they come up, especially if they come up for other people, and I have to try and figure out the message, like what I'm getting from this, it's almost like my brain just shuts off when I see these cards because I'm just so unfamiliar with them. And so it's not like I don't like them. These are just the three that I'm the most like unfamiliar with, and they seem to stump me every time they appear in a reading. So yeah, whenever these three pop up in a reading, I am usually 100% reaching for the guidebook for some assistance. So yeah, there you have it. Those are my favorites and not so favorite, I guys you could say, tarot cards. So that's definitely not all of them. I just didn't want this video to be an hour long for your guys' benefit. So I picked the ones that were speaking to me the most and the ones that I feel like I really wanted to express my feelings about. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you were able to learn a little bit more about me as a tarot reader. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the next one.